Dougherty. I'm the head coach of the Westmeath Minotaurs, and I thank you for taking the time to interview me
No,
before our big championship game in Belfast.
that's no problem. Thanks for coming on. I know it's a very busy week coming up to a final,
Yes, definitely.
um, especially with family coming in and things like that. So it's great you made time. Just as head coach, I just want to think of a little bit of a season review, both from yourself individually, things you may have learned from previous years of coaching, and as a team, how you feel the team has done this year.
Well, the team's done very well, and as everyone knows, we spent like 2.5 years in a pandemic. So for us to come out of the pandemic as strong as we did, and as together as we did, and then end up in the final in the first season back was pretty impressive. So I'm really happy with the team's performance. And I guess what we learned, during those 2.5 years is just we tried really hard to keep the lights on, with the
Mm.
club, and we had as many training sessions as we could, and we organized a couple games last year that I think were critical to gain momentum going into 2022. And then we actually had a scrimmage against the Dublin Rebels, to kind of get us teed up for the regular season. And then of course we had a big motivating game that kept us motivating training wise, because we knew that the Philadelphia Blue Flame were coming, and that was our first game. It was a friendly, and we ended up winning it. So there was a lot of activity, even though it was during the pandemic, and I think that's what kept the team going and kept it strong.
How do you see Sunday? Obviously, big game. It is our final. We want that cup. How do you see the game going on Sunday?
Boy, it's hard to make predictions, really, and I don't want to give away anything. I don't want to be like Bill Belichick and not answer your question. But I think the Vikings are our toughest opponent, and have proved to be this year. They beat us in the final game, so they denied us undefeated season. So we cannot take them lightly. They are younger than us. I'd say they are probably faster than us, like team speed wise. But I do think we have more experience. I think I think we figured out a lot of things offensively that maybe held us back in the first two games. So I expect a better offensive performance. And I think our defense has shown that they can deal with most of what the Vikings have on offer and against us. They're like the Vikings offense, but making a prediction of like we're gonna blow them out or anything like that is a fool's errand. And we just have to play one play at a time. And as long as we execute well, I do have high confidence. But you never know. On, as they say, on any given Sunday, any team can beat another team. And so, yeah, no predictions here, but I have high confidence, and it's really up to the players to execute it at this point.
That's perfect. So, Bill, we're just going to wrap this up now. So, basically, Bill, have you any personal highlights for the season? It can be of a game or a moment or anything you done in the sideline or anything at all.
Um, there's a lot of them. I think like I don't want to single out one particular person over another, but things that do pop into my head and stand out. Peter Dempsey, he's in his second year again, GAA player. He's playing defensive back. He has had an outstanding year, picking off a lot of people. I think he's had 8 interceptions, which is the divisional leader, and I think 2 or 3 of them have gone back for touchdowns. So and then the rest of the D-backs have just really been shut down the passing games of most offenses, or of all the offenses that we've come against. Jason Owens, Niall Fowen, Jordan Lacey, Lockdown Lacey, as I call him, and Pick'em Peter. Pick'em Dempsey, like they're getting nicknames that are demonstrating how good they are at this, and it's been a real joy to watch because we haven't had that kind of lockdown pass defense in the past, and it's really comforting as a coach to know that these guys can shut that phase of a game down on an opponent. So that's been a standout for me. And just a lot of the individual effort that I see, a lot of the rookies just working really hard, and the dedication that I've seen from many a player. That's always inspiring to me, whether we win or lose. So yeah, but if I had to name a group that I've been really pleased with, it is the defensive backfield. They have really turned in an amazing performance this year.
Yeah, at the likes of Niall Folin now, I think he's had 2 or 3 pick sixes this season alone. He's really stepped it up. And Peter Dempsey 8, according to his previous interview there earlier on. So
yeah, and
wow.
Jordan Lacey is, although I don't know if he has any, I think he might have 1 or 2 interceptions. Even if he doesn't, the stat that you don't see is as how many passes that he keeps defending. Like he's knocking down passes all the time, and I guess we don't really capture that stat as well as we could. But like my personal nickname that I think is Lockdown Lacey. He locks receivers down, and they're really not getting they're not getting many balls through on him or any of them. And then the leadership that Jason Owens has shown back there has been astounding. And he's working. He's playing the game on a really messed up knee, and he's still giving it 110%. So it's been an impressive performance by all of them.
That's perfect. Thanks so much for taking time out in your busy week.